All right, so we're going to talk about the action plan, the 3 success principles. So if we could bring that slide up, Dave. So duplication, consistency, and time. And so these are success principles that are the same for any network marketing or direct sales business. If you went into any other business, if you practice these 3 things, you would grow a large organization. Duplication just simply means doing something that somebody else can do. They can look at you and say, oh, I can do that. It's a system to follow. You know, you wouldn't open up a McDonald's franchise and say, you know what, I think we're going to stop making burgers. You know, they have a system that works, right? Why would you go into a company and reinvent the wheel? We've already got what works, and we're going to teach that to you today. Consistency is just simply doing things on a regular basis. You know, you can't, we always say eat an apple a day, right? You guys ever hear that? But you can't eat 30 apples on the last day and make up for the last 29 days. You have to do it on a regular basis, okay? So consistency, and then time. Give yourself enough time in this business to succeed. I know we talked about it last night a little bit, and Eric mentioned it. I think we really need to manage people's expectations when they get into this business. And there's so many people that get into this, and they're hoping for that lottery ticket where they sign up in their first week or two, they show one person and they say no, and that's their experience in network marketing. You know, this is a business just like any other business. It takes time. You have to put in the effort. And really, that thing right there, if you give it enough time, you let the numbers work for you. You know, we talked about some of the activities that you're going to need to do. Give yourself enough time to succeed in this business and treat it like a business, and it'll pay you like a business.
So we're just going to go into a little more depth on each one. So duplication is probably 90% of your success in this business in terms of what you need to do and keeping it simple so that other people can do what you do. I'm actually a professional singer before I came into send out cards, and the interesting thing for me is that it's 180 degrees from what I was always taught, and actually in most businesses, you're taught that you need to be a superstar. You're taught that you need to be the best, that you need to prove why you're making the big bucks, you need to prove why you're the one that gets the part. And this is a business where you don't want to be the superstar. You don't want your team to sit, eat popcorn, and watch you and think, I can't do what they're doing. You want your team to say, I can do that. And the way you do that is to give them simple things to do that everyone can do. And that's what network marketing is, as you know, is a lot of people doing a small amount of things over time. So that's why these principles all work together. Duplication creates multiplication, right? And that's a lot better than addition in any book. So, and the exponential...
It's a priceless jewel.
And the exponential growth that you can create by having a lot of people say, I can do that. Was anyone at the training last night when Jimmy Dick started pulling people up on stage and going, get over here, get over here. I love that part. But what it did when I was watching him do that is it just hit home again how, didn't it kind of seem easy that all she did was just, she recruited 3 people that loved send out cards and wanted to use it. And then she's like, okay, now I'm going to go over here. And, she helped them do that, and then she did that. And so it was just the same thing over time. She just kept getting paid more to do it. And didn't you start to see all of a sudden there were all those people up on stage, and you thought, this is pretty cool, that could be my downline. And that's all you're doing. So you have to teach people that all they're doing is something simple. And it's actually, kind of fun to share send-out cards with someone. So you help them do that with a few, and then you move on and help other people to do that. And when it duplicates, it grows far beyond your arm's reach of what you could ever create on your own.
And success in network marketing is getting a large group of people to do a few simple activities over an extended period of time. It's not about you going out and sponsoring 30 people this month and then trying to find someone else that does the same thing. It's about what we saw last night, bringing in a few, helping them get a few, and over time that will give you that success you're looking for. So consistency, this is one thing I see a lot in this business is people get started and then they stop, and then they get started and they go on vacation, and they just take time off. And this is a very part-time business. Most people that start this business start at part-time, 5, 10, 15 hours a week. But they're very consistent in their activities. They call compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Because if you take a penny and you double it every single day, what do you have at the end of a month? It's like $6 million, $10 million. It's crazy, right? So that compound interest is it's the same thing in your business. It's simple activities. They're not easy, but they're simple. But consistently done over time, that gives you the slight edge. I mean, the difference between someone that's good in this business and someone that's great is not that much difference. Just little things that they practice every single day. and they're super consistent. So don't start and stop in this business. Whatever you do, put in 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever you can do, but be consistent in it, because when you're consistent, you attract better people into your business. And you're also going to have distractions, and distractions can kind of pull you away. If you're standing in I like to use the analogy of a buffet line. If you're standing in line at a buffet and you're waiting to get up to where the salads are, the big money is down here for desserts. That's where you want to get to. Most people, right? Jordan's hanging out at the dessert table right now. We all want to join him. So we get into this buffet line, and we want to get in, and we want to stay in line. But people get distracted. They see the restaurant next door, and they go over here. And this looks good over here. And they get out of line. But what happens when they get out of line, they go over to the next restaurant, they have to start over from the beginning. Okay, so get in line, stay in line, be consistent in your activities, and that will lead you to the end of the table where you want to go.
One of my favorite quotes that I ever read that's really stuck in my head is that when people say they don't have time, they're not stating a fact, they're stating a priority. And that's always stuck with me, because we all hear people say, oh, I don't have time for that. And, we talked about last night how everyone has the same 24 hours in the day, and everyone managed to use all that time up before they even heard about send-out cards. It's about, using the why that you're discovering today to make it a priority, to do the simple, duplicatable things you need to do consistently to make it work for you. Send-out cards and any network marketing company is not get rich quick. I don't remember ever reading that it's supposed to be get rich quick. I think people sort of put that on there. And that's why there's so much disillusionment. It's not get rich quick, but what it is trading, 4 years of something, working hard towards a goal, for 40 years of people that work hard every day and accumulate nothing at the end. So wouldn't you rather do what you need to do consistently, let time work for you to create that duplication for 4 years, maybe 3 to 5 year personal development and putting in the work that you need to do to create that. And as Adam said, you're going to get 5 years older anyway. Why not do the things you need to do so that it's a lot more fun later on?
And just to add on that to time, we live in a tough society because we live in that instant gratification where we do something today, we want to see the results of it today or tomorrow. You start a new diet or a workout plan, and you look in the mirror the next day, and you're like, I haven't changed very much. Go figure. Same thing in your business. It's going to take you some time. Unfortunately, the good part about this business is you're way overpaid once you've been in for a while and you do the activities consistently. When you're new in this business, you're grossly underpaid for the work that you put in. The difference in network marketing compared to traditional jobs is you work an hour today, you're not going to get paid maybe for 3 months, 6 months. The activities you put in the next 3 months, you're going to see the results of that 2 to 5 years from now. Okay, so you need to teach that to your team that when they get in, manage those expectations so they don't expect to get in their first month and make $10,000. Let's be realistic. Let's give them a plan, an action plan, and show them how they can build this business consistently over time, and that will lead to the rewards they're looking for.
Definitely. And one thing I'll just say that I love, an analogy that stuck with me as well, is the analogy of flying hours. Adam's actually a pilot, for those of you that don't know. And pilots don't judge how long they've been a pilot by how many years when they got their pilot's license. They judge it by flying hours, right? And you wouldn't want to know that your pilot's been a pilot for 10 years, but he's only flown 2 times, right? That's not so good, right? So if someone's in send-out cards, they do that. They say, I've been in send-out cards for 4 years, I'm not making any money, but I've only shown it to 2 people, So you need to judge it by flying hours, which is how many times you share send-out cards with people. And if you're doing that every day, then you're making it work for you.
I like that. That was good. Learn something new every day.
So these 5 action steps we're going to go through. We're just going to do an overview quickly, but become a product of the product. Invite. You have to be able to invite someone to take a look at send-out cards. And that doesn't mean you're going to present it right in that moment. You're just going to say, hey, I'd like to show this to you, and schedule a time to do that. Presentation. We're going to go into the different ways that you present send-out cards to people. Follow-up is one of my favorites. You have to follow up. It's amazing how many people just want to say, well, I sent a card and they didn't call. And then when you have someone that wants to do this, that wants to join you and send out cards, you have to train them. And again, keep it simple. On Thursday night at my opportunity meeting, one of my senior managers signed someone up, and I was taking the projector, putting it away, right as I was hearing her say to her new distributor, okay, Deandra, now just come over on Saturday and I'll train you for a few hours. And my head snapped up so fast, I was like, she doesn't mean a few hours, she just means like a little bit of time. You don't want to train someone for hours. What will they do? They'll leave exhausted and never do anything. So, keep it simple, and we're going to talk about that.
All right, so becoming a product, she's great, isn't she? So becoming a product of a product. So, we do network marketing every single day, whether you realize that or not. If you've ever gone to a good restaurant or you've gone to a good movie and you recommend it to a friend, that's all that we do. We find a great product, we use it, we share it with somebody else. Okay? And luckily, they pay us very well to do that, and we have an amazing product to share. Your goal, I wrote this, I've heard this from a couple people, your goal is to get someone to become a raving fan of send-out cards. You do that first by becoming a raving fan yourself, because when you become a fan of send-out cards, it's going to create stories for you to share. It's going to give you conviction when you're talking to someone. You're going to be enthusiastic about the product of the business, and you're going to have an emotional connection to the people in this business, to the system, to the whole vision of what we're doing. And when you have that connection, you're anchored into this business. So it's so important when you get a new person started to help them become a product of the product. Just have them start sending a couple cards just to get used to the system. And once they do that, their attachment to this company and this business will go up quite a bit. So part of the process is to send a card a day and a gift a week. And this is the minimums. I know when we got started in this business, Jordan said send a card a day, a DVD a day, and do a gift account walkthrough. Well, we saw that and we're like, well, let's take it up a notch. If he says the average person does 1 a day, I'll do 5 a day. If the average person does 1 presentation, I'll do 5 presentations. So whatever you have time to do, spend your time on those activities, but make sure that that is a habit for you.
One of the things I like to talk about is listening to life with send-out cards ears. And it sounds a little funny, but what that means to me when I was thinking about it is that on a daily basis, something happens that most people are used to ignoring. You kind of put the blinders on because people are so busy, and someone shows up late to lunch and they say, sorry I'm late, I just found out my mom's in the hospital, and you go, and sorry, and then you kind of move on. But send-out cards allows you to log that and act on it later. And it's a skill, it's a muscle. But once you start doing that, it feels amazing to do. And you feel like you're really taking more in. It allows you to almost expand your seventh sense of what you're able to take in and act on a daily basis. And send-out cards allows you to do that and then create those stories.
I think we have a couple quick examples here to show you of a card that we've done. Not together, we do separate cards, so you know.
We just met. So this is a card that again, I was looking for people to appreciate. I went to a seminar, and this guy it was a financial seminar. He was the only really interesting one, and all the concepts he was teaching on, I was like, I could relate that to my business. I found him really interesting. I wrote down everything that he said, and I went home and I sent him this card. And on the front, I used a great element. It said, what did I learn today? And Dave. So on the inside, I put all of his quotes right back to him. All these things, that little nuggets of wisdom. Sometimes you just need to hear you're doing the right things. Where are you and where do you want to be? And then I just said, thanks for making me 91.5% smarter, which was part of his talk. And I said, I really enjoyed it and look forward to speaking to you again. I didn't put any of my information in that card, aside from my email, but I just wanted to send him and let him know I appreciate it. And he called and he said it was amazing to know, number one, that someone was listening. Number two, I would like to know how you sent that card.
She's so witty. My cards are a little more simple.
There's something for everyone.
I love this card. You guys see this card in the card catalog? So I said, hey Carrie, I just want to let you know how much I enjoy coming to the Massage NB location at Tempe Marketplace. The girls at the reception desk are great, but the main reason I keep coming back is Renee. She is awesome. You are lucky to have her as part of the staff. If she wasn't there, I would definitely go somewhere else, as there are half a dozen Massage NB locations closer to where I live. Do all you can to keep her. Do me a favor and tell her thank you from me, and if you could give her this treat from me, I would appreciate it. Thanks. And I gave her a box of brownies. So the manager gets the card, delivered it to Renee with a box of brownies. Last time I went in, she's got a huge smile on her face, and everybody at the desk is just looking at me, and I was like, what's going on? I totally forgot that I sent the card. And she says, thank you so much for the brownies, that was the best. And she got recognized from everybody. So try to make someone's day with these cards and make someone else's day at the same time. See how many people you can affect. So that card I had a lot of fun making. Obviously, she had a lot of fun receiving it, but...
And you got an extra long massage.
Yeah, extra long massage. Ask yourself this. If you feel good when you're making the card, the person that's going to get it is going to feel good. So put that into your cards, have some fun, and become a product of the product. So we'll see you guys in a little bit.